water break and get on out there and play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops.
Your mama's not going to keep talking to you.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd.
I don't care, Chris.
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. And that's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away.
If I tell you to sit down one more time, I'm going to hit you. I'm not going to keep talking to you.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
What else do we need to do before the baby come, baby? Okay, see, it was just a question so I can help, but now if you're going to start giving me a fasty ass mouth,
as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before.
What else do we need to do is what I said.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Chris Watkins.
What?
An 80-yard touchdown.
Speak louder. You're talking to a wall. What'd you say?
The first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Panthers are once again back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and he will be brought down on what will be
Who does she
the
look
final
like?
play
Like I
of this
can't
first
pinpoint.
half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Yeah. You know she's doing gymnastics,
Welcome
right?
back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter
She's gonna do
number
softball
3.
too. So she's staying mostly she didn't want to do gymnastics.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Not like her mama. I was about to that was the case I would have said that. She looks like somebody, but I can't pinpoint it. I don't know.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This offense has had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here.
I feel like one of her brothers, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah, you're right about that.
One of her brothers.
Let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus.
Oh, at first I was going to say CJ, but
resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost
Cover.
to the 40 before being taken down. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Hey, we got bread for dinner.
Until that run, that's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half.
Drop the baby.
Yourself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
cold.
That's why I told Mama to get a cover.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. Nice his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they
He's gonna lay down.
not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
9 times left. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that's going to tie things at 20. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Take it in at the 3, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
What else do you want to pick?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
I pushed the pass.
And down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Guys,
you're right. The former safety gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second down, back to Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All right.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 155 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits more. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple.
Lay down.
The 15-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up.
The defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of the 24.
Where are you supposed to be? Where I told you, right?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Ready to get it working?
Quarterback,
She's gonna get it working, Carl.
Example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
That's good for an Eagles.
Carson, you better stop.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
19.
They'll look to throw again. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.
Lay down. I need a shirt. Yeah. That's because you over here got a whole nother human being inside your body.
Free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. Shreds him with a stiff arm. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down.
Why was you all off sides like that, man? I don't know what's going on with you.
Yeah, that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiple.
That's why I was wondering. I'm like, what the heck was he doing?
When each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Mayfield.
I'm already.
Carson, you can fucking hear it.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Because I can hear it and I'm playing my game. Turn my soundbar down. If I have to beat the shit out your little brother, turn the soundbar down.
Now Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to when those extra defenders on.
You can't hear it even now? How you can't hear it?
No space to fit in the football.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now.
If you don't get your ass on here, listen to it.
Look at the smiles on that side of the field. They're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
For who?
Your baby, obviously.
The Eagles offense to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handle?
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Dante Jackson picks it, and they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Gino.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
What's that burning smell? You burnt the bread? Huh? Huh?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands up.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped the position there? A nice play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A higher scoring in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
You better stop. Yeah. You right?
Let me show you how to raise the bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers.
You sure?
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fields this way up at the 17.
Lay down.
Takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Diesel, lay down before you go in your cage. No phone at the table. Go eat. After you done eating, you can get your phone. What your mom just say, Christian?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd in inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Mayfield. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a nice
Eat your food.
You've got to play the ball, not the man when
Mom don't keep your mom don't make food for y'all to just sit there and keep wasting. Eat.
That one away.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Mayfield down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one
That's
away.
crazy. I think that way too far.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe I do want some spaghetti.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere.
What's that on top of Parmesan?
22.
Mozzarella.
Yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Thank you.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. McCaffrey running up the middle.
You talking to me?
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set up with terrific field position, but 3 points. The end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to do drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done that.
Oh, yeah, I feel like somebody watching me.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Okay.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after that sack, the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. That's returnable now for Smith. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield.
Oh, come on.
Going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him up.
Y'all better eat the food before y'all get a whooping.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. The 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed
I mean, he's supposed to continue his route.
Taken at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their
This
last
nigga wouldn't
appearance.
hike
They
the
couldn't
ball.
really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now Mayfield. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Out to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, let's do that
taken
crap.
down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
From the 16, Hurts.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they deliver there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 15.
CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Final play of the half, Mayfield.
Ooh, I lucky that didn't fall in my hands.
Incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Eagles ready to
stop running around my living room.
And they trail here as we resume action.
Stop running around my living room.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come
what are you watching, baby? The Simpsons?
Taken down right at the 20.
Put my phone down.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL.
Hey, can I have
brimstone. You gotta fire these guys up.
Can I have another piece of bread if possible?
They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many
turnovers. It's possible.
Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Stop running in circles and falling.
Yards there, a 1st down.
Clean up y'all plate now. Or she whoop y'all tail.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 40.
That's a nice play.
Now after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Mayfield. Able to complete this to Chenault. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's a nice job there, quarterback and receiver, reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Mommy told you to lay in your bed, baby.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
All of a sudden, you're going to go to bed right now.
Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing to battle.
Carson, come here.
Play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Yes, it's my room. Don't do it.
On 1st down, Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. On 2nd and goal. Hurts hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit. Able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's got room. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because this big-time jaunt way to the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. 129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Mayfield looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
He's got a man complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 70 yards.
And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And now here is another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Thomas brings it in. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. To throw, Mayfield. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it, on my own. Get my way up, get on go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, People the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on stage.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Tampa. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return at all.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Mayfield to throw on the first play. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On the counter now, it's Sanders. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Another run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
this Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. Finding space at the 40. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 94 yards. And the Panthers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Smith to return it. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 70-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield now from the 50. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hurts. Forced out to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're going to get this up to midfield. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Elliott good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle, zip a lower center of gravity, and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. First down, Mayfield. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on second down, Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, 39 yards. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Pinero's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into it.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time, The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That'll be caught by Anderson. Touchdown. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers take a 3-touchdown lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for us.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Horn. The 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Derek Brown busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got it.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Hurts.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Panthers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Going for it with Sanders. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and...
And now here is another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Cut, ready? Dragon 60.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statistician.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we without a ride, nobody wait, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, been taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Jams stones from the dust. Big dog with your leash. Where's the love in